Welcome. I'll be reacting to Outlander, Season 7, Episode 13. Selected clips are provided for commentary purposes. This is not a market substitute. Please support the original. Currently on Stars.
Those mountains haven't aged a day.
The Nerachty Dam is down there. Or it will be. She felt a time portal in the tunnel under the dam.
It's true, she did. So what's there now?
That must be where my father came through.
Okay.
He's all alone. Scared. How far up would the anomaly extend above the stones? Like, if he was in his plane disappeared too, right? Was he not even landed? I'm trying to figure out why his plane vanished.
The Bartrams will be here, but her brother is our only family.
Denzel will be here.
I've lain with women before. It'll be Rachel's first time.
Your Auntie Claire had been married before.
Yeah, she had to give a bit of instruction.
The only useful thing was what my wife told me. Go slowly. Pay attention. I'm sure you can't go far wrong with that.
You both must think me very plain to insist on no flowers or ornament.
No, not at all. It's your face.
The most important thing is that it's what you want.
Yes, that is what matters.
Your love becomes a shield, your armor.
Yeah.
You wake up every day, you put it on, and then you fight too.
Henry! Oh, I'm pleased to see thee doing well. He was badly injured. To be honest, he was in quite a state. I was asked to heal him because they wanted him to be well enough to stand at the gallows. I passed him a knife with his supper and he escaped in the night.
Did he fully escape though? Where is he?
But John can take care of himself.
Can he in this state? Ian is so nervous. It's hilarious.
Thank thee all for thy presence.
This should be interesting. I don't know anything about Quaker weddings, other than I think their gatherings in general are very much led by the Holy Spirit. I don't know how their weddings are, though.
And we listen, both to one another and to the light within us.
Oh, I like it. It's very meditative. Rollo.
How will they know when it's the right moment to speak?
They'll just know, I suppose.
Weak to be moved by the Spirit.
But what if the spirit doesn't move them?
Then we do it tomorrow.
I see the spirit has moved thee.
I'm proud to be your uncle. And Rachel will be lucky to call you husband if the Spirit moves her to do so.
Jamie.
I was put out of meeting for wanting to join the Continental Army. I have deprived my sister of this approval and support. Into an army full of violent men.
That would be me, I expect.
I kind of like this because sometimes when you enter a relationship, from what I've observed, there's a lot of baggage from various relatives and stuff. And having a wedding that's more about sitting together and praying and then airing stuff and coming back into better communion with each other before taking the vows is actually, it makes a lot of sense. It's not a pretty Instagram-worthy wedding, but I think it lays a better foundation for a long-term partnership.
But now that I see thee with Ian, Rachel, I realize my fears were for naught.
You've given me light.
I take thee, Ian, to be my husband.
That's mining equipment. This is the dam. Wait a minute. His dad is in another time, but he's coming here.
Are we close to Jemmy now, hot or cold? Warmer!
Okay. All right, I'm going to take a moment to appreciate Roger's amazing boots. Oh, it's great that his mother's story is sort of guiding him right now.
Colder!
I went right.
Oh. Thank goodness he paid attention to story time.
Warmer!
Be careful, don't go too close. There it is. Can they at least
speak to each other through it somehow?
Jeremiah!
Yes. He didn't have a gem. Is he okay?
Hot, Mommy, really hot. Hot, Mommy, stop.
Oh my.
Wait.
They really had us going there for a minute.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. They scared him out of the village.
And where is he now?
Is that it?
And stole a lamb from the McBurneys. Might chop his hand off. Or even his head. Into those woods.
Let's venture into Fangorn Forest. Interesting that they have the strings at the bottom. What was the year we switched from lacing all the way to the bottom to lacing in sections? Okay, this is fascinating. So apparently after the Regency era, in the 1830s, we switched to the other lacing style. That's when we lost the straps on the corsets that we just saw in Outlander until the split busk was invented. They also, I'm so sorry, people who are here for the sexy scene. Eyelets were invented in the 1820s. So, you know, the metal little hook things that make it so much easier to get corsets on and off than what you're seeing in this scene. That also enabled people to really lace it close to the body, even more so, and really form-fitting to your particular form. Like this makes more sense when you have eyelets. Okay, I think we figured this out. So she doesn't have the eyelets to really hold it, and the busk is all the way down, probably wood, thus the lacing style. Hold up the stays for the audience to see, because we want a close-up of them. No, not that.
Teeth.
I like that he's being communicative.
These said teeth. I've heard it does hurt the first time.
I wouldn't know. I don't know. Don't look at me. I'm happy they're happy. I do not get those scenes.
I failed.
You haven't failed.
Jamie, you did quite well with William from what you were allowed to do. And he has been behaving very badly indeed. So that's not your fault. Oh no.
Put in irons by a British officer who took me for a spy. I am the Reverend Peleg Woodsworth. I think we can relieve your straits.
I know he was taken prisoner and he like cut a hole in the ceiling, which is super epic, but I don't remember much about him before that. Other than the big naval battle. I mean, that he wasn't in the naval side of it. He was in the... Never mind. It'll probably come up later.
Should have been braver.
You did great.
This is not your fault, Jem.
He will have escaped, right? We gotta have a threat out there. He's not gonna be in there, is he?
And where was your husband during all of this?
Uh-oh.
My husband is in Boston.
I think you might be leaving out some important details.
I shouldn't have to tell you guys how to do your job.
No need to be hysterical, Mrs. Mackenzie.
Oh, you haven't seen hysterical.
Haven't had the best experiences with them in the last few years. I'm sure there's wonderful, wonderful police officers out there who are committed to doing their job and helping people. For anyone who watches my Captain Scarlet reactions, you'll know, for example, my car was vandalized 8 times, same time-ish, on Saturday night, every week. Midnight to 1 a.m. general time, before I started putting like 5 security cameras out every night. I am thousands of dollars out because of this. Thousands. Even with insurance. All I got were thoughts and prayers. Oh, that sounds frustrating. Oh, well, no kidding. How about you get like a stakeout maybe? Or just drive the neighborhood between midnight and 2 a.m., which is when it always happened, on that night? Like, how hard is this?
I shouldn't have to tell you guys how to do your job.
She was killed in an air raid in the London Underground.
I know that uniform.
No, don't run!
Show the dog tags.
You're J.W. Mackenzie, aren't you? I believe this belongs to you.
Who are you?
I'm your son.
In your time, Winston Churchill is Prime Minister. In mine, it's a woman named Margaret Thatcher.
Hmm.
I have some alcohol to disinfect it.
If you've got alcohol, I'd rather drink it.
I'm sorry you've lost your boy. I have a son myself.
We know.
He's just a baby.
You'll be all right.
Wait a minute, he never got back.
I'm sure of it.
Is he gonna come back to the future? What are we gonna do?
There was a stone circle on the banks. I leant against one of them and must have fallen asleep. And when I woke up, I was here.
Okay, so he did land his plane. But what drew him to this time?
Crashing in the Highlands.
My bloody engine failed during a camera test flight. It's classified.
We're from the future. Like, it does not matter. We have no choice. You have to go through the stones. But we don't have enough gems, do we? We only have one? But wouldn't that mess up the timeline?
Think about your wife. About Marjorie. Keep her in your mind's eye. We win the war.
Who won?
Aye.
Without his childhood, how is he the man he is today? He might not have met Bree, like... Oh no, he went down, but at least he got to be with her when she...
He heard you, man.
When she...
He heard you.
At least they got to be together. So they still both passed, but not alone. Oh my.
You've seen enough war for 2 lifetimes. Sorry to drag you back into this.
Bloody yeah. And we realise you're not dragging us anywhere. At least this time it's the right colour.
Yes. But can we please go find Lord John now?
Did you get hold of the locksmith at least?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and meet him there now.
Alone?
You sure that's safe? No. The police are no help. I have to protect my family. And I know Roger. He will never come home without our son.
You may need to go get him.
I don't think he made it back.
I think he made
I
it
did
to
see
the
something.
underground to die with her.
So I wouldn't have put much stock in memory.
Timey-wimey. How are you out here without any gloves? It looks really cold.
And just as I touched the stone, I thought of my own father.
Well, there's the problem.
How scared and alone I'd felt without him. Sometimes I think the stones make the choice for you.
Yeah.
If that's why we're here, then maybe Jem isn't.
Alright, well, at least we're making progress. I'm glad that Roger is starting to figure it out. The problem is they're 2 gems short now. So I think his storyline will be, how do I safely travel back through the stones? Brianna is in a very problematic place right now, though. She's in huge amounts of danger and does not really have any backup. And although meeting the locksmith is important, not worth risking it in the middle of the night, especially since there's so many other ways to break in. I mean, all he has to do is just break a window, kick a door in. I am glad that currently, anyway, everyone is safe. The kids are back together. They're with Fiona. I think they're gonna be okay, hopefully. It's Brianna I'm worried about.